take them all out for the big bounce off the bottom. That's a big shakeout. This is what happens to the bulls when they got that exuberance.
I can't even keep up with the tick-tock.
All right, we're in bear market. We told you people
Not to get involved in that.
Whoa, look at that.
Good evening, stock traders, and welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio here on a beautiful Thursday night, March. That's correct, March the 1st, 2012. I am your host, STT. Join me on tonight's program, I have Stock Sumo.
Hey, what's happening, STT?
What's going on there, Sumo?
Oh, just glad to be in March Madness.
Oh, yeah. Time of the season. Got the basketball, then we get the baseball started.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff coming up. All right. Also joining me on the program tonight is QT Cal.
Hello, STT.
How are you tonight?
Well, I'm in a bit of a somber mood tonight.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite icons, Davy Jones, has passed away from the Monkees, and I've been taking it pretty badly all day long. So, I don't know. Other than that, I'm great.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, stuff like that happens.
Also joining us on the program tonight, he's on location, Sifakia.
Aloha, STT from the droid at the beach.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about your loss, Cal.
Thanks, Siffy.
Are you seriously at the beach?
No, I just threw that in there to piss you off. I knew you'd like that.
I thought I...
Here, wait a minute. Here comes the wave, Mike. I'll surf a barrel with you.
Oh, jeez. Unreal. The dedication is unbelievable, though. Now, tonight, Mr. Kopp will not be joining us. He is flying out to the great state of California.
Woohoo!
I believe he's landing in Los Angeles or San Francisco or one of those places over there.
I believe the City of Angels first.
Mm-hmm.
La La Land.
Uh-huh.
So we have him out scouting some new talent. Thank God.
Yeah, but they come. Hey, Mike, they come with a price that you're not willing to pay, so you got us instead.
You got that right. I should cut salaries when I need.
Woo!
So tonight we have another stock spotlight for everybody out there. Doing tonight's stock spotlight. Oh wait, I want to jump into one thing. If you missed last night's radio show, you missed a fantastic interview with Mr. Gordon McKay of ticker symbol SATM, and as of today, ticker symbol GESI. If you would like to listen to that interview, you can on investorshub.com under More Tools, and then, of course, videos, and then, of course, market commentary. And you will see our video from last night, the night before, and all month, as a matter of fact. So, without further ado, our Stock Spotlight tonight is hosted by QT Cal. QT, take it away.
All right, thanks, Mike. Well, one of the things that's going on tonight is me and Sumo are partnering up on this one. Right, Sumo?
Hey, I got your back.
You ready?
Oh,
you
yeah.
ready?
I'm ready. Tag team.
All right, we have an awesome stock spotlight. It's Marketing Worldwide Corp. Ticker symbol is MWWC. It is currently trading on OTCQB, and we have 148,997,630 shares outstanding, according to OTCMarkets.com, as of January 17th, 2012. We don't have an available float or authorized shares right now posted on OTCMarkets.com. But we would like to give a little overview of MWW Automotive, Marketing Worldwide Corp. MWW is a leading designer, manufacturer, and certified full-service supplier of OE accessories for the global automotive industry for the customization of cars, sport utility vehicles, and light trucks. MWW has well-established relationships with leading U.S. and European automobile manufacturers and through operations in the United States, Europe, and the UAE. I believe it delivers its products directly to the manufacturer's assembly lines or vehicle processing centers in the United States, Canada, and Europe. MWW products are designed and engineered by its in-house design and engineering teams in the U.S. and Germany. We manufacture our OE products either through our wholly owned and ISO certified manufacturing facilities or carefully selected high-quality manufacturing partners.
I'm just going to interrupt you real quick.
Go for it, Sumo.
That they don't know what OE stands for. OE stands for the original manufacturer. So the pronounced as separate letters is short for original equipment manufacturer, which is a misleading term for the company that has a special relationship with computer producers. OEMs are manufacturers who resell another company's product under their own name and branding. Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
That's good information because sometimes, you scratch your head with these acronyms and you're like, okay, what does that stand for? So thank you. And feel free to just jump in there anytime you want. You're helping me out. All right. So MWW's management team has long-standing experience in the U.S. and European automobile industry, as well as the distinction as the supplier of choice for many of its major customers. Let's delve into the management, shall we? You okay with that, Sumo?
Let's do it. They have a pretty impressive management team. It seems like they got a lot of employees. This company has a pretty well-adverse team.
Yeah, I was looking at this. This management team is pretty stellar. So I think we should just get right into it. How about it?
Go for it.
All right. So we have the president and chairman. His name is Michael Winskowski, and I could pronounce that very well because I am half Polish. So bravo to me.
Do you like Golubkis?
Right. We call them halupki because I'm also half Czech too, so I'm not quite sure which one means what, but it's stuffed cabbage, right?
Yeah.
My dad makes a hell of a stuffed cabbage, by the way. All right, getting off track. But anyway, let's move right forward. Mr. Winskowski has been involved in the automotive industry for nearly 20 years. He served as president and a member of the board of directors of Fairmont Sunroofs, a company that was acquired by Analpha Roof Systems, where he subsequently served as president, CEO of its global aftermarket business. All right, so that's what we have on Mr. Winskowski.
Next up is Chuck Pinkerton. That's the CEO. Mr. Pinkerton is an experienced turnaround specialist with over 30 years of experience in the automotive industry, both OEM and aftermarket. He joins the MWW team in efforts to spearhead the transition and restructuring efforts at the Howell and Baroda operations. Now, the next one up is the CFO and COO. That's James Davis. And Mr. Davis is a licensed CPA and has significant experience in hands-on operations management, and he replaces Mr. Marvin as CFO and COO. All
right. So then we have Rainer Portner, Executive Vice President. Mr. Portner has a 22-year record of accomplishments in founding, leading, and consulting with private and publicly traded companies in the USA and Europe. As founder, CEO, chairman, and majority shareholder of 2 publicly traded companies, he was responsible for managing the company's financial, technical, and business development and secured funding for acquisitions and corporate working capital purposes through a network of private investors and U.S. and overseas investment banking firms.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and explain a little bit about Nick Brutes, the general manager?
I will. Nick Brutes, general manager at MWW Paint Facility, Color Tech. Mr. Brutes replaced Mr. Smirowski.
That's a good pronunciation.
I'm going to go with that one.
You got that good background.
Well, I don't know. This may be, well, we'll have to see about this. Smirowski in the MWW Paint Facility. And by the way, everybody can give me, they can rank my pronunciation of all these European names at the end of the show. Might be a fun game. We might put it next to our poker tournaments on Sundays. I don't know. All right. He has a vast background in color matching and running paint operations at various large OEM facilities, which Simo so greatly described. Thank you very much for that background on OEM. His last tenure was at the paint manufacturer Asco Nobel. Mr. Brutes works jointly with the production manager, Mr. Robert Smith, a longtime employee of Color Tech in Baroda, Michigan.
Next up, we got Courtney Custer, and she's the production manager at MWW, Howell and Logistics Manager, Color Tech. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Mr. Custer. That's not Mrs. That's Courtney Custer. Mr. Custer took over as chief liaison for the MWW paint facility. He oversees and coordinates assembly of plastic components at MWW's Howell facility and the required paint process and logistics interface with the paint facility in Baroda. Mr. Cluster is a MWW veteran employee and is with the company since '99 inception. So company's been around since '99, and Courtney Custer has been with them since. Interesting.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we have GTS Sales. Greg Thome. While Chuck Pinkerton took over the sales coordination for MWW clients, GTS Sales handles MWW's representation to the OEM customers for domestic and foreign car makers. Scott Turpin, Head of Engineering. In May 2006, Mr. Scott Turpin joined the company as Director of Engineering and Product Development. He has held positions as a project engineer and project manager for companies such as Magna Automotive, Tacoma, and Specialty Vehicle Engineering, Lear Corporation for the development of several Ford F-150 products, and has directed the design and development for 3 successive product launches at Johnson Controls. Mr. Turpin holds a BS in mechanical engineering. So there you go. Looks like we have a stellar management team here. How about it, Simo?
Excellent. And we're getting this stuff off the iHub message board. Whoever did the iBox, they did a great job on the iBox for MWWC. There's a lot of good information on there, and it lays it out pretty nice. So you can go check out, what we just mentioned.
You know what, Sumo? Let's just give a shout-out to the moderators because this really is an impeccable iBox. So we've got Speculator, Big Bucks 1, Hertz, DeFuji, Bogat Devo, and Blue Hen 03. So those guys, you know what? Mad props to you. Great iBox.
Awesome.
All right. So we've got the management team. We kind of have an idea of what MWWC does. So why don't we get into the products, because that's what everybody really wants to know.
And I just see a huge market for these products. Let's face it, a lot of people are all about hooking up their cars. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Fast and the Furious movies. I've always loved them movies, and I tell you what, since those movies have been out, in my opinion, I've seen, especially the youth, they love hooking up their cars and detailing them and customizing their, accessorizing them, making them stand out and separating their cars from, giving them an individualistic approach for their vehicle. So I like that idea, and I think because this business caters somewhat to that, then that's a growing market. There's a lot of people looking for these type of accessories and components that they provide.
Right, I agree. I mean, there's a huge market for we look at the Pimp My Ride.
Oh, I love that show.
Me too. And it's all about looking good in your vehicle. I mean, there's a lot of things that are not only for show, but for also comfort. So, you got to take that hand in hand. There's a lot of...
Yeah, like heated seats, for example. These guys have an aftermarket or, the OEM product for aftermarket or for heated seats, and that's a great thing to have in your car, especially if you live somewhere where it's cold out and your car doesn't have that.
All right, well, I have to make a confession. So, I'm thinking, coming from the Midwest, lived in the Midwest, lived near the Chicago area all my life. So, of course, heated seats, heated windows, a must, right? I mean, you guys know on the East Coast, in the Midwest. But I have to say I'm quite a baby. Even in those Southern California cold mornings when I have to get up and get somewhere quickly, I got the heated seat going. So... It's no longer just, a Midwest East Coast thing. We get some chilly mornings here in the winters, and if you're a big baby like I am, you really like those luxury items such as the heated seats and the different features that you can get. So I could really see a lot of these products being used regardless of where you're at.
Let's talk more about the products. They have everything from exterior products, exterior systems, such as front and rear fascias, if you want to get like a front clip for your car so your car looks a little bit more sporty instead of the traditional bumper that it comes with stock. They also have rear spoilers, front grills, body side moldings, claddings, running boards, roof racks, stone guards, and mud flaps.
Hey, you know what, Sumo? All that exterior stuff, that's screaming Pimp My Ride, right?
Yep. but they also, on Pimp My Ride, they do a lot of interior stuff too with, embroidered seats and changing out the stereos and stuff like that. I love that show. The other day they had Justin Bieber's Cadillac CTS V on there. Oh, I love that. I love that car.
And we know how much Haas loves Justin Bieber. I think he's a big fan.
So they have interior systems as well, electronic systems, exhaust systems. As far as the interior systems, they have like dash trim kits. They have real wood dash trim kits, carbon fiber, metallic. They also have side pillar trim kits and stainless steel door sills. All different kinds of interior stuff. And then on the electronic side of things, they have the heated seats, as we mentioned, power distribution modules, iPod interface modules, and adaptive lighting systems. Wow.
And I'm, we're lightly joking about the Pimp My Ride stuff, but there are a lot of things that this company provides in regards to just luxury. A lot of people who are in the business world, they entertain, they take out clients, they do a lot of that stuff that they want some luxury to the vehicle that they're driving in. And just to think about, just going through traffic every day when you have to go to a 9-to-5 job, I mean, it's nice to have that luxury either in the interior or the exterior to really make you feel a little bit more comfortable while you're taking that daily commute,
Yep.
So definitely good stuff. They also have in the product section vehicle examples.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking at that.
I know, me too. Wow, go figure. See, Mo, that's why we were meant to do this segment together. check that out.
A lot of nice cars. Like I love Hondas and Toyotas just because they tend to last really long. The engines run for a while as long as you maintain them well. They have stuff for the Toyota Avalon, which is a pretty nice mid-size car. They got the Toyota Yaris, Toyota CJ Cruiser, which is that boxy looking SUV.
Oh yeah.
They have stuff for the Toyota Camry. You see them. You can name a couple yourself. I don't know what types of cars do you like on that list?
Well, I'll tell you. I drive a Kia right now.
Okay.
I drive the more like the utility type of Kia, but they have the Kia Spectra on here, and so you can see that they're definitely, taking advantage of that with the rear bridge spoiler and rear lip spoiler. So that's cool. I used to have my previous car was a Toyota RAV, so go figure. Pretty nice stuff there.
I like the Toyota 4Runner.
Yeah, look at that.
I like that SUV in particular because it's got the roll-down back window.
Yeah, that's a nice feature. Yeah, I actually have the Kia Sorento now, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, but I did have a Toyota RAV before, so you could see that their products reach the Toyota RAV, and they have, the systems there on the side, which is kind of cool. I know Scions are super popular with the younger crowd.
Oh,
My stepdaughter has one, and, she's just getting ready to graduate high school, so that's a pretty cool car to have if you're, getting ready to enter college. They like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. So the products are great. I mean, you can take a look at that. Their website pretty much lays it all out. I mean, a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, it's a very nice website. It's very well laid out. It's pretty easy to navigate, and it's got a nice look to it. It's got great graphics.
Right. Then they have also under services. I don't know if you had a chance to check that out, Sumo, but it actually shows you like the process flow.
Okay.
Yeah. Management's. I'll just give read it right off the website here, but management's longstanding experience in the industry combined with a deep resource pool of experienced designers and engineers plays a key role in the successful development, manufacturing, and marketing of new MWW products. These capabilities enable the company to consistently grow its portfolio of innovative and leading-edge products and services. So you can see they've kind of got like a little bit of a flow chart going on there in regards to their system and how they make things work. So overall, great website.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, look, and under innovations, they actually feature the Toyota RAV4 running board, leading edge design, and innovative functionality. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that
Have
is
you checked
pretty
that
neat.
out?
Yeah, I like that.
So it says MWW rigorously pursues innovation throughout its entire design and product development process. This strictly enforced principle provides the basis for the company's success and continued growth and is encouraged throughout every department of the entire MWW Automotive Group. Innovation is at the core of our business processes and a crucial part of our corporate culture, aiding our efforts to set ourselves apart from our competitors. And then they talk about the R&D, marketing, sales, and design teams that they all work closely together to deliver innovative and high-quality products that address a need in the target market. Innovation and commitment to practical solutions is the overruling principle for the execution of every process within the company. Strictly adhering to this enables us to continuously develop and deliver new high-quality products that meet a demand.
It's great to see companies, that spend a lot of time in R&D and going after their audience and thinking outside of the box and getting innovative and creating quality products that that there's a demand for it. And these people, it looks like they do a great job of it. I'm a big fan of auto. I'm a big auto enthusiast. I think it's great because it provides a lot of jobs, and there's always going to be a need for it, in my opinion. And we've had other companies on the show like SVMI. They got a great product dealing with automotive. You know, it's companies like these. They have products that they have a huge audience for, because there's constantly people that are buying new cars, or you know, in this economy, a lot of people may have a car and they can't afford a new car, so they want to maybe
exactly,
pimp it out a little bit. We'll just use that term just because.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking in terms that, that are very familiar for a lot of our audience. So, we are looking at, you're absolutely right. There's people that can't afford to upgrade a car or a vehicle every even 5 to 10 years. So they want to take what they have existing in their car and say, hey, what can I do to make it more luxurious, or to get me some of the, the things that would make me feel a little bit more comfortable in my car. And sometimes it's much more affordable to do add-ons or to upgrade in your vehicle, your existing vehicle. I mean, heck, especially when it's paid off. So, it's a great concept. Huge market for it.
I like those running boards on that RAV4. They look pretty tough, and they're designed in Germany. They look pretty badass. Yeah,
they do. You know what? I wish I would have had that on my RAV4. I might have kept it for a couple extra years. That is nice, though. Very nice. So it seems like they are covering a niche that they are comfortable with, that they have new technology, and that really, especially like you pointed out, in the market that we're in right now, or the economy, I mean, heck, there's a lot of people that would like to upgrade their cars, but they can't. And so what they do with their existing cars is they try to, get a little bit more luxury added on to their vehicles, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty darn cool. All right, cool. So do you see anything else on this website that we need to cover?
No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we could go right to the chart. I know you were looking at what's been going on with the
Oh, gosh. What's not to like about this chart?
Tell us about it. Tell us about it. We're dying for it. All right.
It's a gorgeous-looking chart. Back in December, the stock made a move. There must have been some end-of-year tax selling. It, bounced. It came down to a low and bounced off of that going into the new year. Looks like right around December 19th was the low, and it looked like it reached a low of about 003, 0035-ish, and it slingshotted past 015, so a nice big percentage gain from 0035, 004 to a penny and a half and a little bit higher. It almost hit 0175 there the 17th of January, I want to say. So within a month's time, the stock made a nice move, and then since then we've seen a nice consolidation of the stock. Had almost tested those lows again, except it made a higher base this time. It was around 004, 004-ish here, and just today its trading range was 0044 to 006, and it traded a nice 16 million shares. The RSI is coming off of being like an oversold area, and it's starting to rise. It's at 44, so we want to see that get above the 50 and keep going up north. And if it can get in the power zone, you could probably see another breakout, because that's what happened when it ran over a penny and a half. It was up in the power zone, up over 70. The RSI almost got up to 80, and then it came down. And since then, we're starting to see it turn up for the first time off of this bottom. The RSI looks really nice there, and the MACD is pinching, kissing, ready to cross. So that looks really good to me. It looks appetizing. With the volume increasing and the way the chart's set up, I just think this thing is poised for a nice move.
So you see a sexy chart there?
Oh, it's super sexy.
Nice. I wanted to cover a couple of the press releases, the current press releases that we've had in the last few weeks here with the MWWC.
Yeah,
so
great. It's great how they were honest and came out and said that their earnings weren't going to be good, and why.
Right. You know what? You can always appreciate something like that. Here's the thing: when you're looking at transparency, or when I don't know how everybody else views it, but if I'm a shareholder or if I'm a potential shareholder, I want to know how honest the management team is going to be with me as a shareholder. So that means to take the good with the bad, right? And I see a lot of transparency here. I see a lot of honesty, which we don't typically see too much of in regards to the OTC pink world. I mean, let's be honest. So it's very refreshing when management can say, hey, here's where we are. This is where we're going. And you know what? We're going to regroup and we're going to get it going. I mean, I'd rather have that than someone pumping up something or making something out of nothing. You see what I'm saying, Simo?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
So, but the previous PR, which was on February 16th, it talked about, well, let me just go ahead and kind of briefly read over this one. It's MWW Automotive Group, a global design, engineering, and manufacturing firm serving the world's leading automotive and industrial manufacturers, announced today that it has entered into a long-term production agreement with Roush, R-O-U-S-H, Performance Products for the Class A painting of automotive components designed and manufactured by Roush. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I don't know if it's Roush or Roush. After weeks of review for the certification of MWW's ColorTech Class A painting facility and finished product quality evaluation by Roush technical teams, Roush Performance Products has decided to award their production painting to MWW Automotive. The first projects have been approved and have launched, with production beginning immediately. These are the 2012 and 2013 Roush Ford Mustangs. That's pretty big stuff. Included in the packages are front fascia systems, hood scoops, rear spoilers, and window louvers.
It's actually it's pronounced Roush.
Roush? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Simo.
Yep.
I
they
don't know.
make some great cars. I love those Roush Mustangs. Oh, they're super aggressive. I mean, it's like a Mustang GT on steroids.
Wow.
And
so this seems like a pretty hot PR then.
Yeah, that is
for the Mustang enthusiast.
I would imagine people are eating that PR up. I've been recently converted to a Ford guy. I used to be a huge Chevy fan just because there's no replacement for displacement. And Chevy used to make bigger engines back in the day. I used to love old school muscle cars. My dad had a 69 Camaro, and it had a 390, and that thing used to crank out tons of horsepower.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Well, in my day, in the 90s, the Mustang had the 5.0, but Chevy had the Z28, which had a 350. So the 5.0 is only a 305.
Mhm.
So you got a lot more meat behind the,
Right. A little more roar to the engine. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it says that Chuck Pinkerton, CEO of MWW Automotive, states, it has been a pleasure working with, you said Roush, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Roush technical and management teams during the intensive certification process. Sorry, but you know what? I'm a chick, so it's hard for me to, talk about cars. Not saying anything about,
I didn't get to finish on why I got converted to a Ford fan.
Oh, no, do tell. I'm so sorry.
It has to do with the stock, coincidentally. Chevy took bailout money. And
got it.
Meanwhile, the company isn't doing so hot, and they're sending jobs overseas where Ford turned bailout money down, and they built a better product, and they're providing more jobs and doing the right thing, and I just have more respect for Ford. And if, when it comes to me making a purchase in the market, I might go to Ford over Chevy.
Good for you. And for reasons that you just explained, which totally makes sense. Very good. And by the way, we, supporting Detroit Rock City. That's a good thing. Okay, so we are proud that our high product quality and leading edge production technology has been recognized by such an established firm as Roush. The complexity and size of the required production runs falls squarely into MWW's core competency and production capacity, and we will begin production for Roush immediately. That's pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome.
That should get some people excited right there.
Absolutely.
This is an exceptional opportunity for us, and we are fully committed to exceed our clients' expectations in order to manifest this exclusive relationship for many years to come. We are looking forward to a long and beneficial relationship for both companies. That's some good work.
I've always wanted a Roush Mustang. These Mustangs are sweet. I mean, you know how you have different special edition. You have special edition cars,
right. Simo, I'm trying to picture this in my head. So break it down for me, the chick that doesn't really know too much about cars. Just break it down for me.
Ford has a special line like SVT.
Mhm.
That's they have more horsepower in those lines. They have within their cars. Let's say they have an SVT, whatever it is, if it's a Taurus or whatever the car may be, because it's that SVT, it's a special edition, and they put higher performance parts on it, whether it be the intake manifold. So then the car has more.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So if I've got, because I'm just trying to understand from a girl that doesn't really get into cars too much, but I had a RAV, and it was a limited edition.
Right.
So, you're talking special things that come along with the car, let's just say the leather interior, the moonroof.
This is even better than that.
Ooh, do tell.
Back in the day, Camaro used to have these Yanko Camaros, and it was a special, race guy who he had his own line, and they were really hooked up. And that's what the case here is with Ford. They have Roush, who is a special racing series. This guy, he must have been a great racer. I don't really know the history, so you'd have to go look that up. But it's a really high quality special line, and it's above the standard of what their normal production cars are.
So what you're saying to me is this PR with MWWC, with them partnering with Roush, this is a huge freaking deal.
Yeah, because Roush is a known quality name that they have performance products for, automotive. It's their products are superior, and it's well known that, if you're out on the street and you pull up next to a Roush Mustang and you're in a regular Mustang GT, you don't stand a chance.
So that's good. So what we're talking about here is, MWWC is in the business to do some luxury things with exterior, interior parts, all of this. So partnering with Roush is a big freaking deal.
It is. It's definitely a big thing. I'm sure it's going to go a long way with the company, because there's a lot of Roush enthusiasts that, hey, they may have gotten their Roush Mustang, but now they want to make it a little bit different and change the front fascia or change the rear spoiler, put on the different side panels or whatever.
So this is where we're talking about MWWC is going to pimp that ride.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, now you're talking my language. I love it.
This is cool stuff, and that's why I really like this company. It's just a really cool story. I think it's a sexy story. They're in automotives. I love automotives, like I said. Most people don't know my background. Before I got into stocks, I used to work on cars.
Really?
My high school had an automotive department. We had our own technology center with 3 lifts, 8 bays, and a welding machine, 2 tire machines. So I knew how to change tires, change oil, change brakes. I learned how to weld, all that stuff. And then took all the classes in high school, and then my senior year I went to the advanced class at BOCES. And my first semester of college, I wanted to go away, and I chose to go away, and I didn't really like the school that I was going to, so I came home and decided to take a shift and change majors and went to community college and got a degree in something totally else, and then I stumbled across the stock market. But I still have a huge passion for automotive, and eventually I would like to have my own lift in my garage and like have all the tools and stuff to work on my own car and have like an old hot rod to work on.
Wow, look at you. That's awesome. Very
Definitely.
good. So you are definitely, you definitely know what's up here.
I can relate to companies like this. I just love their ideas and what they're doing because, a lot of people like me would use their products.
Okay, great. So, and you know what else is interesting to me? I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, was that they are based in Howell, Michigan. And, Michigan's a big car state. I mean, obviously, we talked about Ford. Detroit is the, mecca for anything Ford and anything as far as the inception of the automobile. So, it's kind of cool to see that MWWC has its roots in Michigan.
Did we mention all the manufacturers that they provide for?
We did talk about Toyota and Kia, right?
Let's go through them all. There's Toyota, BMW, Chevy, Hyundai, Kia, GM, Ford, Deere, and Whirlpool.
Holy smoke, so they are really diverse.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I mean, I was just looking at, I think it was, basically going over some of the website information where it had the Toyota and the Kia part, but I didn't realize that they were, that they were so diverse.
Yeah, that was right at the bottom of that press release with Ralph.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Cool.
And if anybody has any questions for the company, they can email investorrelations@mwwautomotive.com. And if anybody's tuning in, they missed out on anything else we covered earlier in the show, STT does a great job of cutting the show and putting it up on iHub and YouTube after the show, so it'll be posted there.
Very important. Thanks, Sumo. All right, cool. So the last PR that we had, and maybe this is the part where we're getting into the realness of the company, the transparency. And I will say this, I don't think that any of us can complain about the fact that we have a company that's willing to talk and be honest about what's going on here and now. So there is a press release on February 22nd that talks about the company's, all right, let's just see here. It says, global automotive firm providing design and engineering. Okay, it gives a background of the company, and then it says report the first fiscal quarter 2012 ending in December 31st, 2011. Okay, so it says, as expected and already earlier indicated in our shareholder conference call. And here's another thing. They had a conference call with their shareholders on January 31st. So let's just look at it this way. They care. They really are nurturing that relationship between company and shareholders. In my opinion, when you look at the fact that they have conference calls, they keep shareholders up to date, and then they PR about what they've talked about. So that's pretty cool. I mean, what do you think, Sumo?
Yeah, I think that these guys are being up front. They're keeping an open book, and it seems like they're doing the right thing there. I want to inquire about the AS. I was trying to find the AS. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it's around $500 million. If that's the case, and I want to think the numbers on the OS are a little bit old, so that may be up to around $200 million. I'm not sure. I want to look into that. I might contact the transfer agent tomorrow and see if they're not gagged, and they'll give that information out.
That would be a cool update. That would be a cool update.
Yeah, and if I do find information like that out, I'll definitely put it up on Stock Traders Talk message board on iHub, and I'll put it on the MWWC message board.
Perfect. Cool. Nice. I mean, I'm looking at this and I see the first thing I think about is transparency. I mean, for them to come out and talk and be honest. So they did say that, as expected and already earlier indicated in our shareholder conference call, our first quarter revenues of 2012 do not reflect our recovery mode status yet. That's what Chuck Pinkerton, CEO, says. While we have made strong progress in securing significant new business with some of the largest automotive and industrial firms in the country, I mean, that statement alone is powerful, MWW's first quarter revenue is still lagging considerably behind the company's general development and its expectation for 2012. But nevertheless, we expect a strong recovery during 2012 and 2013. The low first quarter revenues have been caused mainly by the launch delay of several new large programs, especially the long-expected industrial program.
Awesome.
Okay, so they're actually giving a reason why certain things are happening right now, okay? So that's cool. So we see that, and it says, we finally have begun production with one of our new large automotive programs and are expecting to commence with production for our industrial project within the next 4 weeks. So a lot of projects on the horizon. We expect these new programs to provide long-lasting and consistently increasing revenues for the months and years ahead. Consequently, and in combination with our radical cost-down exercises, this will also improve our bottom line. Unfortunately, the complexity of our partners' engineering and pre-production process has taken longer than initially anticipated and distorted our first quarter financial results. The entire MWW team is completely committed to making 2012 the turnaround year for MWW. We are confident that we will improve upon our first quarter performance significantly beginning in the quarters ahead and throughout 2012 and 2013. Comparison of the 3 months revenues ended December 31st to the 3 months revenues ended December 31st, 2010. Net revenues were approximately $224,000 for the 3 months ended December 31st, 2011, a decrease of $371 from the 3 months ended December 31st, 2010. This decrease is attributable to the fact that we elected to refocus on our core business while eliminating less profitable and more resource-intense projects. That's the key right there. They've recognized that they're going to be kind of revamping. They're going to look at where they're going to be heading into profits for 2012. You know, maybe cutting back on some of the costs or something that's, you know, sucking profits out right now. So this is a good statement right here. I have no problems with this. The company has now been quoting on only large and more profitable paint projects and has already begun production for some of the new programs for 2012 and 2013. These programs are expected to provide continued and significant revenue growth during 2012 and the years ahead and improve the company's bottom line. All right, and you can read on, but also I just want to bring one more thing to light here, and that is the 8K. There was an 8K out today. So I would strongly urge shareholders and anyone that's looking to invest in the company to review the 8K. We've already covered so much information in regards to MWWC, what their niche is in the market for cars and luxury parts, luxury items, internal, external, and I think that you can pretty much see the direction of this company and what we will probably focus on moving forward. So anywho, I think that that's a good evaluation of MWWC, and that's pretty much all I have. Sumo, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think you're spot on, and I think that everything that the company had to say about what they're projecting is, accurate, especially with this relationship with Roush, and they wouldn't come out here making these statements and being, out there with and open with everyone unless they had every intent in following through on that.
Right. Well, it looks like they're headed into exciting times here with the company. Looks like they're being transparent in a lot of different areas, and we look forward to seeing more about MWWC. So that's all I have. So
Okay.
Excellent.
All
Can
righty.
you tell listeners how he came up with this one? I mean, it was pretty random.
Hey, we pick the good ones.
Yep. And this was one of those last-minute, off-the-hip things, and 10 minutes before the show, maybe 20 minutes, we decided to do it.
And it worked out beautifully.
And you did a great job.
So did you.
I wanna congratulate you, QT.
Uh-oh. What did I do?
You have now taken the official title away from Cop of Mike Hogg.
I don't know whether to bow or to hide in shame.
I'm sure if he's listening, he's proud also.
Oh,
to lose
goodness.
that title. 51 minutes of a stock spotlight.
Woo!
Really?
But I had help from my friend from Sumo, so I can't take all of the credit or the blame.
I'm sure you can take most of the blame.
I'm going to share it with Sumo this time, so if you don't mind.
All
right.
We're going to take a small commercial break because the show's almost over. And we'll be back with one more ticket to look at, and I'm going to hopefully bring in Siffy to holler about his Apple Play today. I hope. We'll see how that works out. We'll be right back after these words.
Stock traders, sound the charge and gallop your way over to BlueHorseshoeStocks.com. Nowhere else will you find a simpler, more straightforward penny stock block, bounce play, momentum alert, short-term, long-term. It's all here. Get hit to ground floor opportunities before the promotions hit. Blue Horseshoe's track record speaks for itself with percentage gains numbering in the thousands. Sign up for our pre-market mailing list and receive picks before they're published. Welcome to Blue Horseshoe Stocks, where you're afforded the opportunity to observe a team of seasoned traders scrape and scour the market for every sub-penny, penny, and penny plus stock with a chance to blow its top. BlueHorseshoeStocks.com.
PennyChatterStocks.com, where our network becomes your game. There is no need for 6 or 7 sites to track your penny stock buzz. You've got chat, forums, blogs. You can integrate your Twitter, Facebook, Google+, MailChimp emailers all on one site so that your following comes with you. All it comes down to is the network, www.PennyChatterStocks.com.
Welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, STT. Join me on tonight's program. I have QT Cal, Stock Sumo, and back from Oblivion, Sifakia. Did everybody make it back with me?
Aloha.
Yep.
Present.
Fantastic. It's good to have everybody back on the show. Sumo, you want to talk about something? Go ahead, sir.
Oh, you know what? I've been getting a lot of positive PMs. Before I jump into what I want to talk about, I want to say thanks to all the people listening in. Appreciate all the positive feedback. And one guy mentioned that the OS on MWWC is 175 million currently. So thanks for correcting me and getting that so I can make that clear. So what I wanted to jump into was the earnings that Biofuel Energy Corp came out with today. Ticker symbol is BIOF. It's an ethanol company. They produce ethanol, and they did a lot better in earnings as reported today than in the past. Let's go over today's press release. It says, for the quarter ending December 31st, it generated $4.5 million of net income on revenues of $164 million. And that's compared with a net loss of $1.1 million on revenues of $141 million in the year-ago quarter. For the year ending December 31st, 2011, the net loss was $10.4 million on revenues of $653 million, compared with a net loss of $25.2 million on revenues of $453.4 million for the year ending December 31st, 2010. For the quarter ending December 31st, 2011, the net income attributable to common stockholders was $3.8 million, or 0.03 per diluted share, while for the year ending December 31st, 2011, the net loss attributable to common stockholders was $8.7 million, or 9 cents per share. And the company went on to say, "We are very pleased with our results for the fourth quarter and appreciate the efforts of our entire team in achieving them," said Scott Pierce, the company's President and Chief Executive Officer. Of particular note, we have successfully installed corn oil extraction systems at both plants and are excited about prospects for this new co-product revenue stream. As everyone knows, commodity margins contracted severely towards the end of the year and have remained at challenging levels during the first quarter. We expect, however, that seasonal factors will bring more favorable margins as the years go on, as they have in the past. So this company has some pretty positive news today, and it's been trading up in the after hours. It was as high as like 90 cents, I believe, after hour trading, and it closed around 72 cents. So it's going to be interesting to see what it does tomorrow on the gap up. Usually in the past I've seen these plays gap up and then they consolidate a little bit and then they continue to run. So I talked about these stocks, PEIX and BIOF, earlier in the week. I believe it was on Tuesday night's show. And I forgot to mention that they had the quarterly earnings that they were going to be reporting today. So it's a gamble whenever they're going to report earnings. Either it's going to go negative or positive, and it's like rolling the dice. If they have negative earnings, the stock's not going to do well. Today we're seeing positive earnings. The stock looks like it's going to do well. So there's my little spotlight for the ethanol plays that I like.
All right, very well. Siffy.
Yes, sir.
Talk about Apple today, real quick. You only got a minute.
Today was the first day you saw Apple not leave the market. I don't know if it means anything, but definitely going to keep it front and center on my watch list and my option trades because they're just on fire. I mean, literally you're owning 100 shares of Apple for a few $100. I mean, do the math. It's insane. Very risky, even playing out of the month. I see people talking about how they're going for 565, next month. And, Apple's such a beast. It could work, but be careful, guys. There's a lot of premium in those. And when, the saying, staircase up, elevator down, and this has been an elevator up, it comes down, so that's all I got to say about Apple, man, is what a beast. All
right. Don't forget, we air Sunday night at 7 p.m. Upcoming next week, you can catch STT Radio in the morning from 9 a.m. till approximately 10 a.m. all week long. And we will still also air at night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. From all of us here at STT Radio to all of you out there, we wish you the best in all your trades and may your portfolio always be green. This is STT Radio, and we are out.
Aloha.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.